Yes mate, what the fuck is up? Welcome back to the Maxstabeats channel. Today we're going to be making a beat in the style of LOE Shimmy's new album called Nardy World. I think I'm saying that right, I don't really know. LOE Shimmy is an artist from Florida. It makes that wavy navy ocean type of shit. But yeah man, I hope you lot are having a good day. Let's waste no more time, get into making a beat. We're working F sharp minor. Let's go, make a little chord. We're gonna start on the F sharp. Just gonna build it up, build a triad. You lot should know this by now. Obviously a triad, shit for basic bitches bro. So we're gonna go and add the 7th, the 9th. I think this is the 11th. If we hear that, really sauces this shit up. In this type beat, I wanna do a 1-4 progression. So the 1 being the F sharp and the 4 being the B. But we're just gonna push the 4 down. And we're gonna take the D up. Then we're gonna listen to that, see how that sounds. Sounding cool. Anyway, in these type of LOE Shimmy beats, sometimes you want to have 1 or 2 notes in the chord which aren't really in key, but it still sounds good. Anyway, I'll go half a step down as well, get this A sharp in there. So by having these 2 notes which aren't technically in the key but still sound good, they add tension to the progression, and that's what you want. We want nice tension, bro. You want that sexual tension, you get me?
What did he say?
These LOE Shimmy type of beats, they often have like quite interesting chord shapes. So sometimes if I'm struggling, I'll go up in here and I'll pick like just a random chord shape and mess about and find something that sounds good. Alright, so I've just played in those first 2 chords that we had, and then I added this nice chord on the end. It's a fancy name for it. I'm not a guy to teach you about it. I don't know about no diminished chords or whatever. I just play. If it sounds good, keep it. And that's one thing I always kind of do in my process, and I try and preach to other producers is like, bro, if it sounds good, even if the notes aren't necessarily in key, if it sounds good, fuck it man, keep it in. Okay, so I've added the pad on top of the pianos that we had before. I turned the piano down, turn the pad up, and this is what we got. As for the effects on the pad and keys, super subtle. Literally just got this Volf compressor EQ. Now I want to go ahead and add a bass. That sounds pretty cool. So I'm gonna just kind of keep it stepping. And for these type of beats, you probably want more of like a live bass. This is kind of a mix between a live and a sub, but anyway. So I've come up with a pattern. It's nothing crazy. It's that wavy sort of LOE Shimmy type of vibe. A couple high notes in the end here. I feel like it just kind of needs a top layer, so I pulled up another Analog Lab preset. So I've gone ahead, I've kind of freestyled in a melody with that sound. I haven't added any effects, so it sounds trash right now, but we're gonna sauce it up. I can't really teach you how to make top lines. I'd say the only tip that I can really give is to just use the same notes from the chords and have a decent ear. Obviously that sounds like shit, so I'm gonna run through the effects right now. First I added an EQ, pulled up this Moog Fuga Murph cluster delay on 50%, Abbey Road chambers, which actually won't even fucking work, so we're not using that. But yeah, with all the effects, I rendered the effects out to audio, and this is how the top line sounds now with effects. As you can hear, it's a lot more in the background, which is kind of what we're wanting. And then I got a bit lazy. I thought it needed saying else, so I used this phrase from Keon. It's just a string phrase. I added EQ, stereo enhancer on the 4 strings preset, another EQ, kickstart, which is actually pretty strong, it's at 66%. Then just 2 more EQs and a Valhalla reverb. So with all of that together, this is how the melody is sounding. The melody is cool, it's calm, it's literally just some chords with some little background top lines, just stuff to give it a bit more ambience and make it sound a bit more full, but in reality it's just some chords, nothing crazy. The drums are where the LOE Shimmy beats kind of stand out. So in the Nardy World album and all of LOE Shimmy's music really, he uses a range of modern hi-hat, kick, hella process sounds, and he also mixes in some live snares, live kicks, live open hats, just like live drums as well. So to start with, I chopped this live snare out of a random like drum break that I found that I had in one of my kits that I had downloaded. But yeah, so the whole break originally sounded like this, which is actually pretty fire by itself, but yeah, I just chopped the snares out of it. So this is how that sounds. Next thing I went ahead and did, added a kick. Kind of took inspiration from that break that I just played you before and just put it down where I thought it sounded good. And to get sort of the main bounce, I added in a hi-hat as well. I'm just sort of playing with the velocities and playing with the panning. I've noticed in a lot of the low shimmy beats, the hi-hats kind of pan a little bit crazy, so. But obviously, that's not it for the drum elements. Got this double Cali perk. Sounds like that. It's pretty common sound in these Florida type of beats. Got cheeky little open hat to start off with. I got it down nice and low. I got it in a lower octave. Then a zap sound and a shot sound, which once again, these are very common within the Florida type of beats. So with all those percussion elements, this is what we got. But yeah, I added in these low shimmy vocals from an old low shimmy song, and yeah man, this is basically the final beat. But yeah, these beats super fun, super simple to make, and I'm gonna cut the waffle now. I'm gonna play the beat. Appreciate you lot. I'll see you lot in the next one.